Alright, I'm gonna do a quick video. A bit of an anecdote. So I've always been a huge fan of early Yu-Gi-Oh, as you know, and I really liked, just the early release cards. Um, I've always kind of kept my eye on them, but I never really actually sat down to buy anything, mostly because they're too expensive. They haven't been made since 2000. Why I didn't realize this last year is that they actually released Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon and all like several of the new starter decks. Or the old starter decks. They did a 25th anniversary release of them, so all of those old cards are new again. So I bought this initially. This was a $5 25th anniversary pack, and it was a very fancy, like gold trim. Um, and just to show you what we got a Lava Golem out of that. We got a Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief. We got a Nibiru, a Pot of Extravagance, and a Magician's Salvation, which are all really nice cards, but I just wanted like Pale Beast or Killer Bug. So I actually went on to TCGPlayer and just bought like $2 worth of cards. And this is actually one of two deliveries I've had. The second one's kind of weird. I just kind of went and like made a deck off TCGPlayer, really cheap cards. So what I do is I go in and I find one seller, and I then just buy enough cards to cover the postage, which is usually about $5. This, if I believe this is the one I'm thinking of, was $2 total, and then like another dollar for shipping. Now, it may not be because I actually sent that to the wrong address, so we're about to find out what is in the mystery do not bend package. I can't believe they can actually get as many cards as this into a package like that. And it kind of makes sense. He just used a binder page, which is actually really clever. Okay, so this is the 5th. Okay, cool. This is not all of my Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon cards. Those are still probably God knows where on the other end of town. These are that deck I was telling you about. So this is just a deck I made out of what this guy had available, which I kind of thought was a fun idea, So I thought I took Wind Creeper off. Let's go ahead and take a look at the things I got. Now there's kind of a theme, a little bit, but not really. So we got Wind Creeper, which if you destroy it, rest of the turn, take no battle damage. We got Maru Yukatai. During your opponent's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you contribute this card and negate the activation and destroy it. Then we've got Elemental Hero Avian, and it's just a Quincy. I've actually been watching GX again, so I didn't get him because of that, but he was just like, he was a monster card that was available, so I picked him up. Vice Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monster, you can special summon it with its attack and defense halved. So, Slot Machine. This is actually decently old card. This is a tribute card I got. That's the first section. Next one is Chopman, the Desperate Outlaw. When you flip summon successfully, you can equip one equip spell from your graveyard to this card. Magical Plant Mandragora. Flip, put one spell counter on each face-up card in the field that you have a spell counter on. I don't remember actually. I think I got a card that has a spell counter thing. Dark Scorpion Gorg the Strong. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can either return a monster card from your opponent's side of the field on top of its deck, or send one card to your opponent's deck to the graveyard. I didn't go with the Dark Scorpion archetype. I have like a couple. Despair from the Dark. This is kind of an interesting one. When this card is sent directly from the hand or deck to your graveyard, you can special summon it. So you're not going to be discard, but you might get milled. Kind of an idea. Red Moon Baby. You can special summon this card to your side of the field. You can special summon to your side of the field a monster destroyer and send it to the graveyard as a result of battle with this card. So that's kind of fun. You can make more babies. We have Armored Zombie, just a plain Jane level 3 normal monster. Gigatech Wolf. You notice that some of these, most of the ones I bought were super cheap and they're, you know, not the best condition. But hey, you know what? If I'm playing with these, I'm not really collecting them as much, right? I want to practice with them. Nubian Guard. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, return one continuous spell from graveyard type of deck. Very specific, but might be good if I have a... I do have a moral boost right here. Guardian Statue. You can flip this card into a face-down defense position once per turn. When this card is flip summoned successfully, return one monster opponent's side to the owner's hand. Neat. Don't really expect it to do much, but, you know, it'll take a hit because the opponent doesn't want that. This is a very well-loved Druid Liz, which, again, I don't have a problem with, you know. I don't even really particularly like this guy. I just wanted to make a deck of 40. Next, we have the legendary one and only Warrior Digrapher. And all the fucking cards that he's appeared on. Steel Ogre Grotto, #1. This is actually a card I really like. Maneater. Looks like a Muppet. He looks like Kermit. I don't really like him, but again, had to get the deck to 40. Mind Golem. If this card is destroyed by balance in the graveyard, inflict 500 on the opponent, which is good, you know. I might actually use that in my burn deck. I'm not sure. That's a decent for effect damage ability. Axe Raider, the one and only. I've always been really confused about his art. Just looks really janky. Like, not even like this. Like, obviously this is like a newer card, but like Gigatech Wolf. You know, or Armored Zombie. He looks like a comic book, like someone did some special or like some digital effects to a comic book piece, or like a poster. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just, he looks weird. Marauding Captain. When your opponent selects a warrior type monster as you control as an attack target, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 monster from your hand. Negate attack. Activate only opponent monster clears an attack, negate the attack, and end the battle phase. Here's one that I'm really looking forward to. Reverse Trap. I've been thinking a lot about this guy. All increases and decreases to attack and defense are reversed for the turn in which this is activated. Think about Buster Soldier, Chaos Soldier, and the fact that he can pump himself by, like, what, 1,500 every time he kills something? Think about that. Think about that. You can give your opponent a meaty fucking weapon. And I think, actually, the reason why I bought from this guy particularly, this particular vendor, was just because of this card. Because he had one of these, and I just went and looked and saw what else he has. So it's like, okay, what else can I get from him? Cemetery Bomb. Inflict 100 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each card in the graveyard. That's a nice one. Absolute End. You can only activate this card during your opponent's turn. This turn, the attacks from your opponents become direct attacks to your life points. This was one of the ones I just kind of grabbed. I'm not really sure how I could use that. There's ways to use it, I'm sure, but I haven't figured that out yet. All right, Needle Wall. During your standby phase, roll 6-sided dice. Treat your opponent's monster cards as zones 1 through 5. Destroy whatever it rolls. If you get 6, roll again. Interesting, you know, kind of a fun destroy card. I think it's useful because it doesn't actually target. Yeah, it doesn't. It targets the zone, not the monster. So that could be useful for things that can't be targeted. At the end of your opponent's turn, destroy the face-up monster with the highest attack on the field. During your own standby phase, you have 4 less cards in your hand. This card is destroyed. So it's a continuous trap, but you gotta constantly have cards in your hand. Which, honestly, that's a nice card for like new players. Kind of trains them to keep their card economy going. You know, like, don't just dump your hand onto the table. House of Adhesive Tape. If the defense of a monster your opponent summoned is 500 points or less, that monster is destroyed. Very nice for zombies. Tower of Babel. Okay, this is the thing I think I got this the counter card for, the spell counter for. Each time your opponent activates a spell card, put one spell counter on this card. When the fourth spell counter is put on this card, destroy the card and inflict 3,000 life points to the player who activated the card at the time. So it's kind of a hot potato. Trap hole. I don't really need to say what this is. It's a trap hole. The Deep Grave. Target one monster in the player's graveyard. During next time they face special summon. It's a reborn, but kind of a weird reborn. The A-Force, there's Die. There's our man. All monsters all warrior type monsters you control gain 200 attack for each spell caster or warrior type you control. Defusion. This actually it was reverse trap and defusion. I really want to use defusion. So return one fusion monster to the field to the fusion deck. In addition, if all fusion monsters that were used for the fusion summon of that fusion monster in the graveyard, you can special summon them all to the field. And this is a quick play spell, so you can do some absolutely weird shenanigans with this. You can like attack with the fusion, defusion it, attack with the bits, and then refusion it again. It's very silly. I like it. Weapon change. Once per turn standby phase, pay 700 life points to activate this card effect. Switch the attack and defense of one warrior type or machine type monster on your side of the field until the end of the opponent's next turn. So it's a shield and sword, but a little bit more complicated. I don't know why they felt a need to make a more complex shield and sword. Eternal Rest. Destroy monsters equipped with equip cards. Kind of see what I'm going for with that. Yeah, here's another one. Ritual Weapon. I like Ritual Weapon. I made a hamburger deck around Ritual Weapon. I don't have a Ritual monster I can actually use yet, so he's off to the side. Poison Fangs. Each time beast-type monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life, inflict 500 extra. Useful, but I don't have any beasts in this particular deck. Armed Charger. Send one equipped spell from your hand to the graveyard to activate the spell. If the equipped monster destroys a monster is available to battle to control, this equipped card can add one monster with attack equal less than the equipped monster from the graveyard. Okay, one more time. Send one equipped spell from your hand to the graveyard, activate this card. If the equipped monster destroys a monster as a result of battle, the controller of this equipped card can add one monster. Okay, yeah, so it's just a nice way to get monsters back. It's interesting. Wait, where's it go? To their hand. Okay, yeah, it's just a good way to refill your hand. Polymerization. Precious Cards from Beyond. When you successfully tribute monsters as set a monster that requires 2 or more tributes, draw 2 cards. More useful in a particularly tribute-heavy deck, but I do have a couple level 7s that would fit well with. Here's Die again. Morale Boost. Each time a player equips spell card, that player's life points increase by 1,000. Each time the equipped spell card is destroyed or removed from the field, equip 1,000 or inflict 1,000 points of damage. Secret Pass to the Treasures. Select one face-up monster attack equal to 1,000 points or less on your side of the field. During the turn this card is activated, the selected monster can attack opponent's life points directly. Thunder Crash. This is actually a really cool card. Destroy all monsters you control. If you do, inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. That would be good. I have like a lightning themed deck. That's a good lightning card. And Monster Reborn. Target 3 monsters in graveyard. Opponent chooses 1. You special summon it. And if you do, banish the rest. Okay, so kind of the theme here, and I think I pulled all the cards. Absolute End, Poison Fangs. I had like 4 cards that I grabbed just to have. But it's a equip heavy deck. I actually don't know how many equip spells I got. It's meant to manipulate its warriors and its equip cards. So there's an equip card. Defusion can come out too. We don't need that. And again, I wasn't really like trying to make like a archetype or something. So there's a warrior, zombie, warrior, rock, plant, Machine, Warrior, Reptile, Rock, Warrior, Zombie, Zombie, Warrior, Spellcaster, Zombie, Machine, Dragon, Warrior, Aqua, and Fairy. Okay, so it's a very early Yu-Gi-Oh themed deck where it doesn't really have a central theme. There's like a strategy. So I have my Warrior cards and they get beefed up. I thought I had more equipped cards than this. I actually may put Beast Fangs back in. Oh no, I think I do have to put Beast Fangs back in. Just so we can use cards like Morale Boost and Eternal Rest. And there was one other one. So that guy goes there. You know, just kind of a fun idea. Yeah, that's all I really got. And then I need Beast back. I thought I had more. I do have more. Yeah, we can just take... I thought I had more. I might actually have to supplement a few. I have Ritual Weapon, but... That's weird. Oh, this isn't. This is a continuous spell. I thought it was an equipped spell. Whoops. Oh, well. Anyway, that's kind of my fun little exercise. Once out of the package gets here, we'll do another one, but I just kind of want to make an early Yu-Gi-Oh themed deck. It was fun. This was like $6 of cards, honestly. It was not that expensive to do, and helped me fill out my collection. And I got a bonus card page, so that was awesome. Thank you. All right, we will continue our adventures in Yu-Gi-Oh another day. Let's see what our opening hand would be. Gigatech, Karibo, Reverse Trap, Bottomless Shifting Sands, and Despair from the Dark. And our next card would be Red Moon Baby. Yeah, not the best. Yeah, not the best. Oh well. What fun Yu-Gi-Oh is. Have a good day.